I do not have guns at home.
I feel really safe and secure having a gun in the house.
Judge, my opponent is completely disregarding almost half of my arguments which I responded to.
Communities must step up
Laws
and protect
alone cannot
against this
stop a
normalizing.
bullet.
Our community must educate and push back against all that violence.
Every individual needs to be aware of what they can do to keep kids safe.
I completely disagree.
I'm not going to listen to points that are completely ridiculous.
Point of inquiry.
Hot topic. This is one of those conversations that are hard to have, but sometimes the most important talks are the hardest to start. Studies show that firearm injuries are a leading cause of death for children and teens in America. And politics aside, many agree on practical solutions and steps that can save lives. Our next guest has seen the damage that guns can do and is here to shed some light on prevention. Let's welcome Dr. Maya Leggett, trauma surgeon at Kaiser Permanente. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and we just saw a little clip from the Ad Council, but tell us about the Agree to Agree campaign and how does it help families find common ground on such a sensitive issue?
Yeah, great points. Agree to Agree is it's agreetoagree.org. It's a great website. It's being brought to you by the Ad Council, and it's just such an important topic. I love that they're doing this. That's timely. This is Gun Violence Prevention Month and Awareness Month, June, and Agree to Agree is a great resource to be able to go and start a conversation about guns and gun safety. As you said, it can be divisive. We're not trying to make it divisive. We're just trying to educate about how people can be safer with guns.
And from your experience, what have you seen when it comes to young people and firearm injuries? How are they tied together?
Well, I've been doing this job for a little bit. Originally, I think people originally associated gun violence with community violence. Some people call it gang violence. What we're finding is that as of late, especially the last couple of years, really gun death rates by homicide have decreased. But what we're seeing is an increase in accidental and self-harm with gun violence.
Yeah, and I mean, what would you say, what are some of the most effective, even practical steps parents and caregivers can take to reduce the risk at home?
I think practically the first thing to do is have conversations. I think it's very important to educate people about this, what gun safety means. I think the tangible things that families can do are having conversations and educating themselves about how to lock guns up, keep the family safe. Again, I understand that people want to have guns in their home, but it's making sure that people are safe with those guns.
And how might a parent start a conversation about firearms with a child in a way that feels honest but not frightening?
Yeah, it's hard. I think every parent, there's so many topics out there right now that parents are struggling with. It's hard to be a parent today. I think that's one of the great things about toagreetoagree.org. It really brings up a whole bunch of ways to start a conversation with your child. So it's not a scary conversation. It's just education. It's just knowledge. And knowledge can be power, especially when it comes to guns and gun violence and gun safety. The website agreetoagree.org does a really great job with breaking it down into opportunities. If you're a parent that wants to have a conversation with your child, if you're a parent that wants to have a conversation with a different parent about what their home is like if they have guns in the home and how to make sure everybody's safe. It even goes in and gives great information about if you're a provider, a medical provider, and how to start those conversations with your patients and patients' parents.
All helpful tips. Dr. Maya Leggett, thank you so much for joining us. And to our viewers, prevention is protection against rising youth gun violence. You can find out more by heading to agreetoagree.org.